Hello, everybody. Welcome back to WWTF, one of the fastest game show. I'm MikeC.
And I'm Fred Wild.
Hey, Fred. He ain't my Superman. Who we talking about?
Today we're going to be talking about an idiot named Dean Cain. You may know him for his only role, and that was playing Superman in the TV series, Mike. I think
TV series, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
What was that? Was it Lois and Clark?
Lois and Clark.
Yeah.
Was that on the WB network?
That was on, I think it was like ABC or something like that.
Oh. So as you know, this idiot is volunteering and going to be sworn in as an ICE agent. He
already is sworn in.
So he's sworn in as an ICE agent. But this is the kicker, right? Dean Cain played an immigrant. Because if you look at it, Superman is an immigrant. He came from another planet and he found refuge on Earth. So he played a immigrant. So he played this guy. He got paid for this guy to play this character. But that's neither here or there. For him to see, this is why y'all have to be careful of these false idols that y'all support. These people, these movie stars and these rappers, you really don't know their intentions until it comes down later on, down the years on the pike. We didn't know that this guy was racist, because in order to be a sworn ICE agent, you have to be racist. You have to be so non-empathetic, right? You have to have no type of morals where you're going to go out there and you're going to grab people that's undocumented, or documented, because there's plenty of cases where these ICE agents have kidnapped people and deported them. You know what I'm saying? People come to America because it's supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. They come to America to escape what's going on to their country. Now, mind you, there are some immigrants that come over here, or some illegal aliens that come over here with not so good intentions. But the majority of them, they come over here, they work, even though they don't support anything in America, they send their money back to their country to support their family. And that's fine, well and dandy, because you see the poverty level of these countries that these immigrants come over and they try to flee from, and they thought that America was a better place to be, but unfortunately it's turned out that it's not as they will mean to be, because now we're a country just like Russia. We're a dictatorship, and Congress is now trying to fight back. I give them that. They're trying to fight back, but it's a little bit too late, man, to try to fight back. This administration is not America first for the stuff that's going on. Mike and I are from the DMV, so we're first line in all the stuff that's happening in Washington D.C. But back to racist Dean Cain. This guy is just an idiot, man. For you to sit up there and volunteer to be an ICE agent, and you want to help kidnap these kids and these parents and people that came over here to do the right thing. And it really doesn't matter if they're legal or not, because this administration has been deporting people that have their green cards. You know what I'm saying? These are illegal immigrants. There's a lot of illegal immigrants. There's one particularly in the White House. Let's see if her visa has expired. You know what I'm saying? What type of some type of smart scholarship that she got. What does she do? What does Lania do? Is she got this some type of scholarship, that visa or something that she came over here on because she's a genius? A genius of what? What are you a genius of? You know what I'm saying? Marrying the orange fella? That's what you genius for? That's what you a genius for. But again, I'm sorry, but the Dean Cain thing, man, he's just a total idiot. And you know what, Mike? I think this is no, I don't think this is putting a bad mark on the DC universe. It's putting a very bad stain on DC. All the DC products, all their films, all their future endeavors. This is putting a bad stain on that, and I don't see it. I really don't see it jumping back until like maybe 3 years from now, when this pig is finally out of office. If they, if what happens, what I think is going to happen, don't happen. But this has put a serious stain on the DC. Because DC films aren't doing so great as is, and then you come out with Superman being an ICE agent. Oh my God! I mean, how much worse can DC get? Wow.
And because everybody needs to work and stuff like that. But how you said, don't put your all into these actors and what they supposedly represent up on the screen, because that's not who they really are. They're playing a character, so you need to pull away from that. That is not who they. Granted, they're there for some type of entertainment, and you see them as far as with interviews. You really don't know a person until they really start showing their true colors. And you didn't find out about this cat until later on, as far as what he was all about, and basically all about not caring. Really don't care. I think in this weird, twisted, I don't even want to speak for people as far as how they perceive things, and Dean Cain, dude. I just don't the way, but how they framed it, said Dean Cain, formerly the actor of Superman. That's how they loop all that DC universe in, because you say, oh, okay, he plays Superman. Superman is supposed to stand for truth and justice. You know what I'm saying? But truth and justice to who? Not to us. So I had nothing else to say about this dude. He needs to go off in the corner somewhere and be forgotten like he was until this right here popped on up. So they just try to bring around and bring relevance, and there's a whole lot of distraction type of stuff going on. So don't get sidetracked about the main goal about what this dude is doing. As far as that what you call the Grand Wizard in the White House, all these distractions and stuff like that. Stay tuned on what really matters.
Yeah.
Our freedoms are at stake. Plain and simple. Our freedoms are at stake. You got a dude that don't even obey the law, trying to say he's watching out for us, protecting us. We're no better off than what we were. We're worse. Everything's more expensive. The rich is getting richer. He's getting paid. He's getting paid. He's taking bribes. He's breaking all the laws. All of them. In front of everybody. And like, I'm not breaking the law. And that's what he just said. No, I'm not breaking the law. No. Oh, you're doing a terrible job. Then he get snowball questions. Hey, Mr. Wizard, how you do this and everything like that? You're doing a great job over there. Oh, this is the best it's ever been. Are you the first one to do this? He's spending all your money redesigning the White House. He's cut all funding, far as for benefits and science and just overall health. We don't even share our health information with stuff. When another pandemic comes, because granted, it is going to come. How are we going to find cures and everything for that?
Hopefully, it hit all of the White House first. You know what I'm saying? Let it hit.
And the crazy thing about it, jumping back to that, remember, he's like, ain't nobody getting sick. Then his ass was sick. Then he went to Walter Reed. It is so crazy that the stuff is out there, man. The stuff is right there in people's faces, but they choose not to believe. until it hits home. Because granted, it's going to hit home, and it's hitting home now, and it's going to hit home even harder.
Release the
Prepare
Epstein
yourself.
files, please.
Prepare yourself, because it's coming. It is coming.
Didn't I say it's going to get like Mad Max?
Yep.
It's going to get like Mad Max pretty soon, man. It's going to get like Mad Max. I'm telling you, it's going to get like Mad Max, and you heard it here first on the game show. We've said this even when this first term came about, and you know, this dude just don't care. I don't understand how you can be a convicted felon and have one of the most prestigious jobs in America, but you cannot go flip burgers anywhere if you have a criminal record, a recent criminal record. You can't flip burgers. You can't say, do you want lettuce on your Big Mac? You know what I'm saying? Or do you want tomatoes on your Whopper? Or do you want flies with your chicken at Royal Farms? You know what I'm saying? You can't utter any of these words, but you can say I'm imposing tariffs. That's what you can say.
I'm ordering the National Guard in a city that really doesn't need it.
That's not.
Hey,
where were they when they stormed the Capitol? Where was this heavy presence of National Guards and all this other stuff when the Capitol got stormed?
Those are his people storming the Capitol.
Yeah,
he didn't want to hurt them.
And let me tell you something. In Washington, D.C., I don't even like going into Washington, D.C., parts of Washington, D.C., because of the amount of things that's going on in there, right? But the government created this problem. The government created these projects. The government created this welfare assistance for black families to rely on. They created these problems. Now you want to come in here and sweep it under the rug like it didn't happen? You found out that black people could persevere. You found out that black people can go above the poverty line.
Yep.
You found that black people can get BMWs or Mercedes and without doing dunks or swinging the
drugs
back
or anything like that. Yep, slinging that mess. Yep.
Or slinging drugs, coke and stuff like that. You developed this problem. The drugs, the amount of drugs that was in Washington D.C. What black person you know owns a plane? We don't own any of that. What type of what person, as much security as they have going in and out of airports and cargo bays? How do we get all these guns over here? The war on crack, the war on drugs, the war on guns, the fentanyl. We don't have a large scale of storage to bring all that stuff over here. We don't have as Mike said, we don't have a distribution center where we can provide that a large quantity amount of these illegal substances. How did that stuff get here? And now that the problem's here, what are we going to do about it? I know we were talking about Dean Cain. This should have been another episode.
But you see how all the stuff trickles, you know. Also, too,
it goes together like a puzzle.
It does. The racism is on the rise. You see this junk every day, and every day people are more emboldened to act how they feel in their heart. You know what I'm saying? Instead of showing people respect. But
that white friend that you have,
you see it. You see it.
Be careful of that white friend that you have, and even be careful of that black friend that you have. I'm trying to tell you, man, this administration is clearly racist. There's nothing good that you can say about this. There's nothing good that you can say about this administration that's in a positive light. He does not care about anybody that doesn't look
but itself
like himself.
Or that can give him something.
Bribes.
He needs something. That's right.
If Obama did any of this
stuff, he would have been underneath the jail.
They got upset with Obama over a suit.
Yep.
They tried to impeach him over a tan suit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've never seen nothing like this before.
Are you kidding me?
And then they brought all the archives back. Yes, people was wearing different color suits. Reagan and countless others have worn different suits. So get out of there.
But this is a guy that goes to a funeral wearing a blue suit when they're telling them the recommended attire is black. And when you go to a funeral, sometimes I've been to quite a bit of funerals this year, but they have a theme. Sometimes they will have a theme. They would say, okay, everybody wear purple or everybody. But normally people will come in there in black, dressed in black. And this guy went to a funeral and he's the only, I mean, if you couldn't find Waldo, you can find him at that funeral because he was the only guy dressed in a blue suit. Just totally oblivious of his surroundings. And the people that collide with him, that join him to do his bidding, just like this Bama Dean Cain, you've got to be kidding me. I'm telling you, people, beware of who you celebrate. Beware of who you idolize. They are not as what they seem. Y'all need to be very, very, very careful of these people, of these superstars. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful because it's going to come and bite you in the butt. And like I said, DC Comics, DC Studios, how are they going to jump back from this, man? Because this man has put a stain on anything dealing with DC characters. How are they going to jump back with this? Because the movies...
They're going to have to come out with some type of pressing or whatever. They're going to come out with some type of wording that said DC. They are. In the next couple of days or so, you're going to see something that says, this is an actor that we dealt with a long time ago. We do not have the same views as him. There's going to be some type of stuff because how he's introduced was Dean Cain fired from Superman back in the day, so.
And if they don't, they're
something.
Complicit.
Yep.
They're complicit with his actions. If they don't, I'm telling you, they're complicit with his actions. And who's going to support them? Who's going to support DC Comics after this?
Right.
And if you notice, honestly, every DC movie that I've seen like every setting that a DC film is in the made up part of town that they're in. I don't see any black people in there. The only black person I can remember being in a DC movie is Richard Pryor.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, that's the only.
Yeah, I gotta pull up the archive. I think you're right.
I think that's the only. I think that's the only black person that was in the DC.
Watch out,
movie.
Jack. Woo!
And he was playing the typical black guy. The yo. You know what I'm saying? And this guy is going to come and help round up homeless people. That's a different story. But he just with the ICE thing. Look, let me say this and be very clear. We are all immigrants of these United States.
Yes, we are.
We are all immigrants. Every last one of us are immigrants. The only people that were here before your Christopher Columbus said that, he found this place. I don't know how you could find something that was never lost. But the Native Americans were here. And you see how they wiped out the Native Americans. You see how they wiped them out. You tell me how many Native Americans you know.
Yeah.
I bet you could tell me how many white people you know. I bet you how many Filipino people you could tell me you know. I bet you could tell me how many Iranian people you know. But you can't tell me how many Native American people that you know. Never went to school with one of them. Every person in college, you mean to tell me out of, and this is getting off topic, you mean to tell me out of every Native American that has been in America, you only know of two? That's the guy from Poltergeist and the guy from Hank Hill.
Yeah, and the guy that actually played him died not too long ago too.
Not Hank Hill. King of the Hill. So Poltergeist and King of the Hill. That's the only two Native Americans I know. John Redcorn and the Poltergeist guy.
Yep.
And you mean to tell me that out of all the accomplishments in the world, you mean to tell me there hasn't been one person, one Native American that was famous except for two, and one is a cartoon character? There are no Native American basketball players, no Native American baseball, soccer, hockey, tennis, no killers, no mass killers, no John Gacy type. These dudes, and you don't even hear them killing anybody. No mass killers or anything like that. No Pen King drug dealers. No porno stars. None of that stuff. And they was here in America before Christopher Columbus came in here and pillaged them all. And that's exactly what they want to do with everybody else that don't look like us. And we are all immigrants. We are all immigrants. Unfortunately, black people were forced in this country to, and they want to delete that history. They want to delete slavery.
Oh yeah. They turned it up. They turned it up, taking down all the posters, trying to destroy all the files. Because what they say, if you don't know your history, you're destined to repeat it.
Go to the Smithsonian. And Mike, you know what? We ought to go to the Smithsonian.
Yeah, we need to make a trip because stuff has changed down there. But they might have our pictures up. They might not allow us to go in there.
Yeah, I'm dead ass serious, man. We're going to go to the Smithsonian. Mike and we're going to do an episode in the Smithsonian. I'm gonna try to get permission to film inside there. Of course, you can film inside there because it's the Smithsonian. But I'm not gonna bring no big camera. You know what I'm saying? We're just.
So we gotta do phones.
We're going to set it up where we go to Smithsonian and see how it looks. See if we can, and the African Museum, the African American Museum. I want to go down there.
If it's still there.
Yeah.
Because you know how they try to get everything out of DC.
Yeah. So, hey man.
All right.
Yeah, we got off the cat on the string, but Dean Cain is an idiot. He's an idiot.
Yep. All right. So, like always, you guys can hit us up at thagamersshow@gmail.com. That's the Gamer Show with the name. Don't forget to hit that bell. We notify when we drop videos like these. Tell people about what we do here at the Gamer Show, and we always appreciate you guys tuning in.
Hey, you know we're on TikTok, so please go over there and give us a follow. And we only got one contestant for the Mortal Kombat tournament, where you will win Mortal Kombat Legacy Edition on the console of your choice, whether it be Nintendo, Xbox, or PlayStation. And we got our guy Stan the Man. I got my kids this weekend. He's our first contestant. And please remember to follow us on all of our social media platforms. And we will see you next time on WWTF.
We want the facts.
The Gamer Show.
We'll see you next time. Keep on watching. Thanks for tuning in. Internet comment.